Well, welcome back, ladies and gents. Welcome to Southern Ireland. We are on a little harbour wall down south in County Cork. The wind is absolutely howling. I was hoping to get on a few better marks, but there's a big southerly wind rolling in. It's gusting about 35 miles an hour. We are quite nicely sheltered here, but I'll show you a clip now what it looks like over the other side of the harbour wall. So yeah, I've had to resort to a harbour wall, sheltered, out the way. I've got the van parked up not too far away, so I can go and get my head down in a little bit. Sarah and Jack are in there fast asleep. It's been an absolute manic little session. I'll show you how it's going so far. Hello boys, fish number 2. A little bootstrap conger. Took a crab bait this one. Anyway, there we go. Fish number 2. You can go back. See you later, mate. Gone. Just like that. Another doggy. Yeah, absolute dogfest. Gear that I'm using at the minute, so I've got a big and a little rod, if you like. I've got the Achios Air Power RXP with my Penn Spinfisher 7500, and on there I'm fishing with a pulley pennel rig with size 3.0. I think one is a 3.0 Cox and Raw specimen hook and one is a 4.0 circle hook, and yeah, mixed it up on there. I've got, I'm a little bit short on bait, to be honest. I've managed to get hold of some frozen squid and some frozen mackerel. Oh, and I tell you what, look at the size of this mackerel. Right, I was going to show you it against my arm, but I don't really want to put it on my clothes. Let me put it down here, look, instead. I mean, I have got size 13 feet. Look at the size of that for a mackerel. That's an absolute horse of a mackerel. Absolute horse of a mackerel. So yeah, I'm stuck with squid and mackerel baits. I managed to get a couple of peelers the other day, but they've been sat in a cool box with, well, not much cool for a couple of days now. We're on day 3 of the island trip, and this is the first time I managed to get out and wet a line. Yeah, not really where I wanted to be, but it is what it is. Mother Nature, there's not a lot I can do about her. So like I say, we're set up. Oh, the other rod, I've got my Achios Fury FX 420, and on there I've just got a 2-hook flapper, 1 up 1 down type thing. To be honest, I think it's been built upside down. It's one of them 99p rig jobs out of the local tackle shop, with size 1 hooks, and on there I'm just little strips of mackerel, little strips of squid, and so far the dogfish aren't bothered whether they take a big pennel rig or a 2-up flapper. Yeah, they are pretty much on it. So low tide 5:38, high tide 20 past 11 tonight. It is 10 past 9. So we've got about 2 hours really till high water. Do I want to fish and throw a load of squid and mackerel at dogfish? Probably not. So if this continues, what I might do, there's a couple of lads mackerel bashing next to me. They've got like a little lobster net, little crab net. They keep chucking down with baits and stuff in, and they've had a couple of lobsters. They've had a nice little rockling as well in there. So what I might do is, if this carries on and it is a complete dogfest, I might just put the big rods away, go and get my little spinning rod out of the van, and just drop some really light gear down the side of the wall and see if we can't get a few different species, because I mean, as entertaining as it is for me sitting here, this is probably the longest I've sat down now talking to you, and just to say that I'm getting another bite on my right hand rod. Yeah, as entertaining as this is for me, it doesn't make the best of videos. There's another one. There's another one. Put you guys down. On there, look.
I think I booked it. Eli, is dat goed?
I'm not sure as I can claim that one. A circle hook in the tail for this guy. That's another one gone. And another one. They are getting slightly bigger though. Lively little critters around here as well. Well, that's number 8 now. Like I say, sizable fish around here. Just not what you want to be spending your bait on. And I tell you what, Navy's moved in now. Obviously heard that I'm catching here to the dog destroyers here. I tell you what, they're in for a bit of a bumpy night. I'm sure it's not the worst season they've been in. Right, just for dramatic, I think I'm on dogfish number 12 now, so either just to try and deter them or to prove a point, what I'm going to do is I've just chucked one back. I'm going to put the same bait back out again. I'm going to leave the GoPro recording, and let's just see just how long it actually takes them to get on this bait. Watch this. Right, you sit right there. In fact, to tell you what, stay there, look, you can watch me cast as well. Hopefully the GoPro doesn't blow over. I'll sort this bait out. Like I say, it's just been in a dogfish's guts. So there we go then, same old manky half chewed squid and mackerel bait on the pulley panel. Clip that up. You don't even need to cast far here to get into the doggies. Clip that up, send it out. On the bottom. Right, set the clutch just in case. I've heard there is a good chance of rays here, that's why I'm here. Painted rays, I haven't heard of undulates on here, but painted rays, thornbacks. Obviously we've had that little bootstrap conger, so there's a chance of a good conger. That might be another option. Is later on what we could do is put one big rod out for a big conger and use the other rod down the side. Anyway, that is out. Shall show you the time on my phone. If I clear all those notifications and stuff, get rid of all that, all that, all that, all that. So the time is, if you can see that, 9:41. I'm going to put you over there, so you know there's no jiggery pokery. Just tighten down. There you go. Well, it's a change of species at least, but it's no more welcome. Slimy little tow rag. Nicely hooked. Should be able to just sit still for a second. I'll put this GoPro down. Oh, there we go then. Like I say, it's no dogfish, but it's no more welcome. Slimy little get. Now I have got a little bit of a dilemma. The rods are out just over there. As I've mentioned, it's a dogfest. I've got, I think, two options. Well, three options. Option one, obviously, I can stay and just catch doggies all night. Option two, like I say, I could put the air power with a big wire trace on and the rest of that mackerel down into the harbour and just leave it, see if we can find a big conger, and then possibly go and get the lure rod out and just sit with small baits and stuff down the side and see if we can't, or maybe even get the LRF gear out and have a go for some tiny stuff. Or the other thing that I am toying with, the other idea, is coming and fishing on this end down here, fishing into that lot, because when those big breakers come in, I mean, it's going to be rough ground, but that washing machine there, it does look spot on. That there's some nice bubbles, some nice surf, plenty of fizz in the water, plenty of movement in the water. I mean, I could even come over here and fish just in behind this breakwater, but I don't see what difference that would do to what I'm doing at the minute. There was a lad up on there fishing earlier and he was just catching dogs, so I don't think I'll gain anything from doing that. So, do we go in the harbour or do we go over the wall? Yeah. Oh, that one bit me in the arse, didn't it, really, that? It is a doggy. I can confirm it is a doggy, but it's taken 21:57. It's at 15 minutes for a bite. Maybe they are starting to slow down a little bit. There's a load of lads just turned up as well. Not sure if they're just here for mackerel, but it's a little bit late in the day for that. Pier's all lit up. It's just gone 10 o'clock. I think we've got something like 23 dogfish. So I have changed slightly before I completely change everything. That two up, that one up, one down, two up flapper, whatever you want to call it. Just put a plain rolling lead on, and I've just dropped that in probably about 4 or 5 foot off the edge. Just to see if there's some rockling about. I've put a couple of mackerel strips on there, little size 1 hooks, and then yeah, we might just end up just dangling that over the edge eventually. Then the other one, I've got a full squid on the pennel rig. I'm still sending that out distance. I've got 1 squid left, I'm going to finish using that up, and then we'll put a big wire trace, big hook. We'll sling it into the opening of this little harbour and see if we can't find something big and meaty to finish the video off with. That'd be pretty cool, that, wouldn't it? Otherwise, it's not the worst of evenings, to be honest. Plenty of fish. Probably pretty boring for you lot at home. Plenty of fish for me. It's kept me busy. Wind could do with dying off, but I'm still sat in a hoodie. Ooh, just had a little nibble on that flapper. Oh, it might be a crab actually. I can see the line slowly making its way to the left. Anyway, that's where we're at. 10 o'clock. What time did I say? What was 20 past 11 or something like that. So we've got about an hour now till high water. And yeah, let's persevere. Like I say, I've got one squid left. We'll stick that out on the panel next. Once the dogfish have finished pecking away at the squid that's on there, and then we'll put whatever's left of this mackerel wire trace and just chuck it in the harbour. That's the plan. Well, on that note, I am well and truly dogged out. So, I think I'm going to retire that pennel. I'm going to slice a big chunk of mackerel off, sling it on and put a big wire trace, sling it down the side somewhere. Alright, this is the new setup then. 6 ounce lead on a rotten bottom, wire trace out to the meaty end. And I'm just going to sling that straight down in the middle of there. Spider crab. Calling it. Oh no. Another dog. It doesn't matter where you go, you just can't get away from them. Right, well, I'm not quite sure if you can see it in the camera, but it's just starting to rain. It's just coming up to midnight. Even fishing into the harbour mouth, we haven't kept away from the doggies, so I think it's time to call it quits for tonight. I'm going to go get in the back of the van, get wrapped up under the duvet. My God, it's dropped bitter. I think that's the plan. Anyway, I have no idea where we're going to end up fishing next. I have zero plans, clue, idea where we're going to fish next. All I know is from here we're heading through Cork, heading through Kerry, and then up to the west coast towards Donegal, and I want to fish as much as humanly possible without neglecting Sarah, Jack and the boys. So thanks for watching, and wherever we end up next, until next time, take care and tight lines.